A quiet suburban street erupts into chaos because an 8-year-old kid dared to sell lemonade. Yeah, you heard that right. A lemonade stand shut down by a woman so petty she'd find a puppy for barking. I'm Tom Hargrove, a 68-year-old ex-judge with a knack for jazz and a soft spot for my grandson Liam. This summer, Liam decided he'd earn cash for a bike, and we built a stand called Citrus Kings right on my lawn. It was all sunshine and sugar until she showed up, clipboard in hand, ready to ruin everything. Trust me, you'll want to hear how this ends. All right, let's rewind a bit and set the stage. I'm Tom Hargrove, retired after 27 years on the bench, where I sent crooks to the slammer and untangled million-dollar messes. These days, I'm all about slow mornings with a cup of coffee, spinning some Miles Davis on the record player, and hanging out with Liam, my 8-year-old sidekick. He's got these big hazel eyes that could melt steel and a brain sharper than a switchblade. One week into summer break, he marches up to me at breakfast, oatmeal still steaming, and declares, "Grandpa, I'm going to buy my own bike with my own money." I nearly spit out my coffee. Not because it was a wild idea, but because he said it like he'd already crunched the numbers and knew the profit margins. Kids are natural. So we got to work. Dragged some old planks from the shed, sanded them smooth, and painted this rickety little stand a blazing orange with black stripes. Liam's idea. He named it Citrus Kings, sketched a crown-wearing orange of the logo, and we parked it under the big oak out front. I showed him the old-school way to make lemonade. Fresh squeeze, a touch of sugar, and a pinch of salt. Don't knock it till you try it. That salt's the secret sauce. Day one, we're open for business, and folks start rolling in. Moms pushing strollers, joggers wiping sweat. Even old Mrs. Delaney, who hadn't left her porch since Obama's first term, shuffles over for a cup. By day 3, Liam's counting $26 in crumpled bills and loose change, grinning like he's Wall Street's youngest tycoon. I'm beaming too. This isn't just about a bike anymore. It's us building something together, a little slice of pure Americana. Then, day 4 hits like a freight train. Enter Sheila Voss. Think white capris, giant sunglasses, and a floral shirt screaming, "I got too much time and not enough soul." She's the head of the Pinewood Homeowners Association, and she struts up to the stand like it's a crime scene. Liam's chalkboard menu, $1 a cup, $2 for a royal refill, catches her eye, and she spins on me with a scowl that could curdle milk. "This isn't allowed," she snaps, jabbing a manicured finger at the stand like it spat in her coffee. I raise an eyebrow. "Morning, Sheila." Thirsty. No smile. Instead, she yanks a clipboard from her bag, her weapon of choice, and flips to a page labeled HOA violations. She rattles off nonsense. Unlicensed food sales, blocking the sidewalk, some gibberish about vendor rules. I'm half listening, half wondering if she's serious. Liam's gripping his pitcher like it's a lifeline, eyes wide. She slaps a cease and desist notice in my hand, stamped with the HOA seal, and says, "Shut it down, now." Then she's gone, heels clicking down the street. Liam looks up, voice shaky. "Did I mess up, Grandpa?" That's when my blood starts simmering. I kneel down. "No, buddy, you're perfect." She's the one who's about to learn a lesson. Next morning, a $75 fine lands in my mailbox. I laugh. Sheila's not just stopping us. She's trying to bleed us dry. I call the HOA office, and guess who picks up? Sheila Voss, HOA chairwoman. She chirps, all smug. "Tom Hargrove, Liam's grandpa." I shoot back. "We're appealing this." Long pause. "That won't change the rules," she says icy. "Funny," I reply. "You call it a rule, I call it a power trip." She doesn't laugh. Neither do I. That night, we don't fold. We string up some fairy lights around the stand, slap a sign in the grass, support kid dreamers, and Liam's back at it, pouring free samples with a grin that says, "Try me." Neighbors start showing up, not just with a lemonade, but to stick it to Sheila. She's across the street, arms crossed, fuming like a kettle about to blow. I wave. She glares. "Game on, Sheila. You just poked a bear who knows how to fight back. And I got a dusty old robe in the closet that's itching to see daylight again." So, there we were, lights twinkling around Citrus Kings, Liam pouring lemonade like a tiny rebel king, and me daring Sheila to make her next move. After that $75 fine and her snippy phone call, I wasn't about to let her steamroll us. We'd turned her petty notice into a rallying cry, and the neighborhood was waking up. Mrs. Carter, who walks her poodle every dawn, grabs a cup and slips Liam a $2 tip, whispering, "Don't let her win, sweetie." A couple of high school girls snap pics and offer to make an Instagram page for the stand. Hashtag Citrus Kings takes off. Even Mr. Grayson, the grumpiest guy on the block, buys 3 cups and mutters, "Best damn lemonade I've had in years." Liam's glowing, counting his cash each night like a mini mogul, and I'm thinking, this is what summer's supposed to be. Sheila, though, she's not taking it lying down. Day after our defiance, she fires up the Pinewood Facebook group with a post that's pure gold. 500 words of whining about unauthorized commercial activity and sugar poisoning our kids. She's out blurry pics of the stand, like she's busting a drug den. Comments split fast. Half the neighbors jump in with "leave the kid alone," while the other half stay quiet. And in HOA land, silence is mutiny. Sheila's losing her grip, and she knows it. Next day, a warning letter's taped to my door, legal action. She threatens if we don't close up. I'm chuckling as I read it, but Liam's nervous, asking, "Are we in trouble?" I tell him, "Nah, she's just loud. We've got this." That's when I dig into my closet and pull out the big guns, my old judicial robe, black as night, still smelling faintly of courtroom dust. I hung it up 27 years ago after locking up mobsters and settling corporate feuds, but it's calling me now. Liam catches me staring at it by the window, sunlight catching the folds. "You were a judge?" he asks, jaw dropping. "Still am. In here." I tap my chest. His face lights up. "So we're gonna win?" I grin. "Buddy, we're gonna make her wish she'd stuck to gardening." And just like that, we're not just running a stand. We're waging a war. Sheila doubles down. Next morning, she's out there, arms folded, watching Liam serve a line of neighbors like she's plotting her revenge. Old Mrs. Harper tips him $5, gushing about how it's better than her grandma's recipe, and Sheila's face twitches like she's about to snap. She storms inside, and by afternoon, she's launched what she calls a community action initiative. I call it a tantrum with extra steps. She's knocking on doors, clipboard waving, begging for signatures to ban the stand. Some folks brush her off. Others cave just to get her off their porch. One guy whispers to me later, she threatened to fine me for my dandelions if I didn't sign. Then she's back online, posting daily rants. Photos of Liam stand with captions about food poisoning risks and sidewalk chaos. She even claims he's manipulating vulnerable consumers with his gap-toothed smile. I'm dying laughing. Liam's 8, not a con artist. Her posts start getting traction, though. A few keyboard cowboys chime in, "Rules are rules." And Sheila's eating it up, replying like she's campaigning for dictator. She's not just after us anymore. She wants a showdown, and she gets one. 2 days later, an HOA letter summons me to a special tribunal at the community center. Same place we do pancake breakfast. Now her stage. Liam's worried, asking why she hates lemonade. Some folks hate joy, I tell him. Reminds them they got none. I leave him with cartoons and head off, suit on, ready to face Sheila's circus. She's turned a kid's dream into her personal vendetta, but she doesn't know I played this game before, and I don't lose. I walk into the Pinewood Community Center, and it's like stepping into a low-budget movie set. Sheila's rigged up a table with a toy gavel, a nameplate screaming HOA Chairwoman Boss, and a stack of bylaws thicker than a Bible. About 15 neighbors sit in folding chairs, too polite to skip this nonsense. Sheila's in her element, welcoming everyone like she's about to declare martial law. She launches into a speech. Law, order, the sanctity of our streets. Then points to an easel with a giant photo of Citrus Kings, blown up like it's evidence in a murder trial. "This is the threat we face." She booms, listing violations. Unsanitary condition, no license. Unauthorized signage. I'm sitting there, arms crossed, trying not to laugh. She finishes her tirade and nods at me, all smug. "Your turn, Mr. Hargrove." I stand slow, scan the room, and flash a grin. Thanks, Sheila. Great performance. Selling tickets for the encore. A few folks chuckle. Her face tightens. I keep going. We're not talking about a factory dumping sludge here. It's an 8-year-old kid selling lemonade for $1. Sheila's got rules, I got common sense. She tries to cut in, but I raise a hand. You've had your say. I tell them how Liam's stand is temporary, supervised, and loved. Dozens of neighbors back it. It's cleaner than most kitchens, and it's no worse than a garage sale for traffic. If this is a crime, I finish, lock me up for teaching a kid to dream big. The room likes that, Mr. Tate, an HOA loyalist, even nods. Sheila bangs her plastic gavel, says it's up to a vote, but I see it in her eyes. She doesn't want democracy. She wants me crushed. After, I catch her whispering to her cronies. She's not done. That night, a city letter hits my mailbox. Sheila's gone nuclear, filing a municipal complaint to drag us into real court. My heart's pounding, not fear, fury. She's pulling Liam, an 8-year-old, into a legal mess over lemonade. It's insane, but it's a challenge, and I don't back down. Liam sees me reading it, asks, "Are we okay?" I kneel. They're coming for the stand, but we're fighting back. His frown turns to a nod. You'll win, right? I smile. With you? Always. That night, I'm on the phone, calling old lawyer buddies, digging up statutes, finding an HOA loophole. Sheila thinks she's got the law on a leash, but I helped write the rule book. She's about to face a grandpa who's done playing nice. Sheila's city complaint lands us in a municipal courtroom, and I'm ready. I've got folder codes. Favors called in, and Liam in his best button-up, looking like a tiny CEO. Sheila's there, blazer and pearls, clutching a stack of papers like it's her life's work. The judge walks in, Judge Alvarez, a buddy from my bench days. He spots me, grins. Tom Hargrove? Thought you were golfing in Miami. Nah, I say, fighting a lemonade war. He laughs. Sheila's smile fades fast. She launches into her spiel. 15 minutes of bylaws, photos, wild claims about child labor and public endangerment. I let her ramble, waiting my turn. When I stand, I nod at Liam and start simple. I show Alvarez a laminated municipal code. Kids can run temp stands under adult watch. No license needed. 15-day max. Liam's a 5. I hand over letters from neighbors, including 3 ex-HOA folks who ditched Sheila's camp, and a pic of Liam serving Mrs. Harper, who wrote, "This got me out of the house." This isn't about rules, I say. It's about letting a kid be a kid in a world that's forgotten how. Silence. Alvarez leans back, then calls Liam up. "You make this." Liam nods. With Grandpa, "Good. Everyone says so." Alvarez grins. "Pour me a cup." Gasps ripple. Sheila's face sours. Liam hands him a bottle we brought, and Alvarez sips. "Delicious." Case dismissed. He slaps the $20 on the bench. "Buy me every cup you've got." The room erupts. Sheila bolts. Heels echoing like gunfire. We walk out, Liam beaming, me proud as hell. Sheila's not done, though. Word spread she's filing an appeal and an injunction claiming citrus provocation. It's nuts, but she's digging her grave deeper, and we're just getting started. So, we just walked out of that courtroom, Liam's grin lighting up the place like a 4th of July sparkler, and me feeling like I'd won more than a case. I'd won back a piece of what summer's supposed to mean. Judge Alvarez's $20 bill was still warm in Liam's pocket, and the applause from the gallery was ringing in our ears. Sheila, though, she didn't just lose. She imploded. Word got around fast. She stormed out before Alvarez even stood up, ripping the HOA badge off her blazer, like she was quitting a reality show nobody signed her up for. The courthouse doors slammed shut behind her with a bang that echoed down the steps, and folks said she was muttering about corruption and conspiracies loud enough to wake the dead. It was a kind of exit you'd see in a soap opera, not a sleepy suburb like Pinewood. You'd think that'd be the end of it, right? A sane person might have taken the L, gone home, and drowned their sorrows in a glass of overpriced Chardonnay. Not Sheila Voss. Within 24 hours, she'd filed an appeal. Yeah, an appeal. claiming the ruling was biased because Alvarez and I went way back. It wouldn't hold water. I knew it. She probably did too, but that wasn't the point. Then came the real kicker. A letter to the city demanding an emergency injunction against future lemonade operations on my property. Her reasons? Public safety, emotional distress, and, get this, intentional provocation through citrus-based commerce. I'm holding this official-looking paper, reading that line, and I can't decide whether to frame it for absurdity or burn it for spite. Liam doesn't need to see this garbage, so I tuck it away and tell him, "Judge said we're good, buddy. She's just kicking up dust." He nods, but there's a spark in his eye now. He's tougher than I thought. He proves it fast. Next day, he's out there redesigning Citrus Kings, like a pint-sized EO on a mission. He grabs some poster board, scribbles "officially court-approved" in big, bold letters, and tapes it across the stand. Then he whips up a loyalty card. Buy 4 cups, 5th free, and hands him out like he's running a franchise. I'm watching this kid, who a week ago was just squeezing lemons, turn into a force of nature, and I'm half proud, half stunned. The neighborhood eats it up. Cars honk as they pass. Folks wave, and the customers keep coming. Local reporters sniff out the drama. Our courtroom wins now a headline. Kids' lemonade stand beats HOA tyranny. A news crew swings by, films Liam holding a lemon and saying, "I just want a bike," and the anchor's practically bawling on air. Sheila must have seen that broadcast and lost what little mind she had left. She shows up the next morning, steam practically pouring for her ears, clutching a rolled-up poster like a baton. "You can't do this," she hisses, jabbing at the stand. Court date's not even final. I pull out my laminated municipal code. "Yeah, I'm that guy now," and point to the fine print. "Actually, Sheila, we can," and we are. She whips out her phone, starts filming, narrating like a wannabe cop. Illegal business. Neighborhood decay. Before she can zoom in, Mr. Brody, a retired Marine who's taken a shine to Liam, steps up with his lemonade cup and blocks her shot. "Ma'am, you're in my son," he drawls, sipping slow. She stomps off, yelling about justice and citrus anarchy, and I'm starting to think she's one tantrum away from a padded cell. The stand's a phenomenon now. Bloggers are writing pieces, justice with a twist, and the mayor drops by, buys a cup, and tells Liam, "Keep it up, champ." Sheila's watching all this from her yard, skulking like a cartoon villain in a sun hat, snapping pics and muttering to herself. One day, she tails a customer halfway down the block, accusing them of aiding chaos through refreshment. The poor lady just laughs, but I'm getting worried, not about her threats, they're toothless, but about her. She's unraveling, doubling down when she should have walked away. I've seen it before on the bench. Folks who can't let go start breaking. And Sheila? She's cracking wide open, setting the stage for her next wild swing. Sheila's not done swinging, that's for damn sure. A few days after her sidewalk meltdown, a certified letter lands in my mailbox, fancy seal and all. She's convinced the city to hold a formal hearing on juvenile-run commercial activities in residential zones. Translation: she's pretending this is a crisis, so she doesn't look like the fool she is. It's not a trial, more like a public circus with city officials and an open mic, and I'm invited to defend Citrus Kings. Sheila's gone from HOA tyrant to city snitch, and I'm not letting her drag Liam's dream through another mud pit. I grab my folder, codes, letters, the works, pack a cooler of lemonade, and tell Liam, "We're ending this, buddy. You ready?" He nods, grabs his pitcher, and we're off. We roll into the hearing room, and Sheila's already there, looking like she's about to defend a dissertation. She's got 5 color-coded binders, red, blue, yellow, you name it, stacked like a fortress. She doesn't glance our way, just sits there, spine stiff, waiting to erupt. The city guy running the shindig kicks it off, explaining it's a community forum to assess safety and legality. Then he nods at Sheila. She stands, slow and dramatic, clears her throat like she's addressing Congress, and unleashes a performance for the ages. She spins a tale of Pinewood's downfall. Screaming kids, traffic jams from lemonade fiends, dogs barking like it's the apocalypse. She whispers, all hush-hush, about someone parking 2 wheels on the grass, gasp, and calls Citrus Kings a chaos magnet. Her fix? Ban all kid-run businesses in the HOA. She sits chest-heaving like she's just survived a war zone. My turn. I stand, take a beat, and look around. No charts, no binders, just me and the truth. This isn't about codes. I start. It's about Liam, my grandson, and a summer he'll never forget. I tell him how he wanted a bike, how we built the stand together, how it's brought folks out of their houses. Old Mrs. Harper even wrote it gave her a reason to smile again. I read her letter, then one from Mr. Brody, who says it's the best thing Pinewood's seen in years. This isn't chaos, I say. It's community. I finish by handing the panel a cup of Liam's lemonade. Cold, sweet, simple. Try it, I say, and sit. The room's quiet till one official sips and grins. Tastes like childhood. That's it. They vote unanimous, no ban, plus a commendation for Liam's community spirit. Sheila doesn't wait for the gavel. She grabs her binders and bolts, muttering all the way out. Next morning, someone spray-painted Citrus King rules on the sidewalk outside my house. I'm betting on Brody and his poker buddies, but they just smirk and deny it. The stand's a beacon now. Folks stop by not just for a drink, but to say they're with us. Liam's with Moon, adding a Sheila's sour special. Extra lemon, dash of salt, and people can't get enough. For the first time, I feel the tide turning, not just for us, but for Pinewood. Sheila's losing her grip, and something bigger's brewing. A shift she can't stop, no matter how many binders she hauls around. Victory's sweet, but it's not the end. Not yet. After that hearing, Sheila vanishes for a bit. Her driveway is empty, her blinds shut tight, like she's hiding from the world she tried to rule. Pinewood feels lighter. Folks wave more, chat longer, like we've all exhaled a breath we didn't know we were holding. Citrus Kings isn't just a stand anymore. It's a middle finger to petty nonsense. Liam's on fire. He sets up a second table with a jar labeled Lemonade for Literacy, pledging cash to the library's summer program. I ask why, and he shrugs. I had fun this summer. Other kids should too. I'm speechless. This kid's got a heart bigger than most grown-ups I've judged. Word spreads fast. The news does a follow-up, The Stand That Stood Tall, and it goes regional then national. A morning show wants us in New York. I say no. Planes aren't my thing, and this belongs here under the oak. We do a Zoom instead, and Liam's dropping puns like, "Don't let a clipboard stop you," while the host cracks up. Strangers start showing up. A guy drives 3 towns over, hands Liam a bike helmet. For when you get it. A lady brings stickers. Another wants autographs, saying he'll be famous. Liam just laughs. "I'm not famous, I'm thirsty," and squeezes more lemons. Then one evening, as the sun paints everything gold, Sheila steps out of the shadows. No clipboard, no binders, just her hands fidgeting, face tight. She stops, eyes the literacy jar, and says to Liam, "That's kind." He nods. "Thanks." A pause, and I might have overreacted. A little. She drops a crumpled $5 in the jar, for the kids, and walks off slow, no, HOA toe. It's not an apology, but from Sheila, it's a miracle. That could have been a bow on this wild ride, but life's got one more twist. A week later, a package arrives for Liam from Judge Alvarez. A note, "Thanks for reminding me why I wore the robe," and a $1,000 check. Liam's eyes go wide. "What do we do?" he asks. "Your call," I say. He thinks, then bike, library, and better cups, they leak. I ruffle his hair. Best boss I ever had. We buy a red bike with streamers and a goofy horn, and he's tearing down the street, laughing like a maniac. Sheila's fading into the background, and Liam's rewriting the rules, one cup at a time. Summer's winding down, and Sheila's a ghost now. Rumors say she's taking online law classes or plotting a move to a stricter gated community. I don't care. Pinewood's alive again, thanks to Liam. He's raised enough of that bike, donated to the library, and turned Citrus Kings into a legend. We pack up the stand as fall creeps in, and I hang my old robe in the garage beside those orange planks. Retire for real this time. Not from life, but from battles that don't matter. I look at that pile, would paint dreams, and see more than a lemonade gig. It's proof kindness can beat red tape, that standing up, young or old, still counts. So, if you're ever in a quiet burg with a nosy neighbor and a dream that doesn't fit their rules, remember us. Sometimes justice isn't a gavel. It's a cold cup of smile and a kid who wouldn't quit. And damn, does it taste sweet.